Hello, everybody. It's Christy Birchfield here. We are working our way through the book of Galatians, and we're in chapter 2. Now, we're about midway through the chapter, and if you want to go back and check out any of the previous sessions over that, you can find the link to the entire playlist in the description below. For today, what we're going to be looking at is actually chapter 2, verse 14. We're kind of carving out the section verses 11 through 16, but verse 14, Paul, still kind of sharing his backstory, his testimony. He says he was recognizing a time when the apostles weren't really even doing what they were supposed to be doing. And he says in verse 14, he says, "When I saw that they were not acting in line with the truth of the gospel, I said to Cephas in front of them all, 'You are a Jew, yet you live like a Gentile and not like a Jew. How is it then that you force Gentiles to follow Jewish customs?'" This whole big debate had arisen about, okay, if you're going to follow Christ, the Jewish people, they were the people that were supposedly God's chosen people. And so if you weren't a Jew, but you decided you wanted to follow Christ, the common thought was, okay, you need to become a Jew first, and then you can follow Christ. Or if you do decide to follow Christ, you still have to live like a Jew. You need to become a Jew. Paul's saying, no, 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 no. We've settled this. The debate is over, and everybody's always said it's just truly about following Christ. Christ was enough. Christ's sacrifice on the cross completed everything that needed to be completed. It was the entire Jewish law. And we saw that in some of our previous sessions. So when we look at this today, the point we need to understand is tradition versus truth. We sometimes get into a trap where we end up following tradition instead of seeking out truth. Now, the hope is that traditions were originally founded on truth, and so that's why were made a tradition in the first place. But sometimes traditions were just more cultural or customary types of situations, and it wasn't necessarily founded on truth. You see, the message of Jesus Christ has stayed the same for the past 2,000 years, but the method by which we share that message, that has changed dramatically in 2,000 years. I'm making a video, and that wasn't an option 2,000 years ago. So we have to be able to modify the method without compromising the message. And that's what was so important. That's what Paul was trying to help people understand here, is that traditions can be very good, but they should never take the place of truth. And here, the apostles and some of them were allowing their traditions to go in place of truth. Evaluate your traditions. Everything must line up to the truth of Jesus Christ from the Bible. If it does not, it doesn't need to continue. We have traditions that were probably great at one point, but if they're not aligning with truth, we need to let them go. Taking a look at your life, what are the traditions that you're holding on to and that you really, really want and they mean something to you? Are they grounded in truth? That's the question. Take a look at those, evaluate, and at the end of the day, if they're not grounded in truth, let them go. Stay focused on the truth. Don't be distracted by the traditions. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow.